Hi guys, how's it going? So in this video I'm going to be talking about WordPress, but I'm not going to be on it. So why am I not going to on it? Because to be honest, WordPress was my first exposure to the world of web development. I used WordPress to build my first website. That isn't strictly true. I think when I was about 14 I actually used 50megs.com to build my first website, but that is a different story. But another reason I'm not going to shit on WordPress is just because the sheer amount of websites that exist that are built with that technology. Go ahead and download a Chrome extension called WAP Analyzer. Once you've got this little app installed, it basically shows you the tech stack, or as near as it can estimate the tech stack of a website you're on, and you will start to be blown away by the amount of websites that still sit on WordPress. I'm not talking about small websites either, I'm talking about large, like corporations, startups. So many companies still use WordPress as their kind of main website. But I also learned by hosting and getting my first website up and running on WordPress, I learned about domain names, I learned about hosting services, I learned about servers, I learned about data storage. I learned so much from starting with WordPress. And to be honest, because of that fact, I still think it's a really important tool to at least know how to use in 2018. And here are my reasons why. Number one, it's just really easy to pick it up. If you're new to the web, if you're new to web development, you have no idea what you're doing, and you just want to get something out there online, you can, within 30 minutes, get a domain name, get some hosting sorted, and install WordPress on a server, and you can have a website up and running in 30 minutes. Now, I'm not coming at this as in WordPress is a replacement for web developers, because trust me, it isn't. There are so many things you can't do with WordPress. But if you just want to get an experience getting your message out there on the web, go for it. I also think because it's a little more advanced than Squarespace or Wix or any of those what you see is what you get website builders, you actually have to do a little bit of work to get WordPress up and running. That's why I think it's a little bit more valuable to beginners. I also think if you are a web developer and you're thinking about freelancing on the side, why reinvent the wheel? Why build custom software for every single client you're going to get if you really don't need to? Say for example you have a client coming to you that they just need a brochure website, they need 3 or 4 pages, an about me, a contact us page. Yes, you could build that in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a framework. Yes, you could build a server and a database. Yes, you could build it all, make it all responsive and make it look all lovely. But if you don't need to do that, I'm not saying you don't have to do that, but I'm saying if you don't need to do that, then why reinvent the wheel? Why go through all that effort where you could make an amazing looking website, get a really satisfied client, make a bit of money from it, and get more recommendations that you know how to build really good websites in this niche. I'm not saying that needs to be your only job. If you want to branch out and you do want to be a web developer and learn JavaScript and all that sort of stuff, go ahead and do it. I'm not saying pigeonhole yourself with WordPress, but just know it's an amazing tool if you want to make some money on the side. Now, because it's like a kind of bespoke software in itself, there are lots of ways that you can add on to WordPress. You can buy themes, you can get free themes, you can add add-ons and install plugins to the web app. All these things kind of have an adverse effect, in my opinion, on WordPress. They can slow it down, they can have security holes in them. So that's another thing that you can learn from. You can learn by installing plugins how to make your page speeds better. You can install plugins and understand a little bit more about web security. You can read and see, oh, this app hasn't been updated since 2017. Okay, why hasn't it been updated? So it really makes you start to think about other areas of the web and other areas of development that you might not necessarily think about. And again, it's still used in a professional context all over the world. My company, for example, we're a digital agency. So we build bespoke apps for mobile, but we also build bespoke web apps for clients. But we also have customers that come in and they don't need anything fancy schmancy, they don't need any extra work done, they just kind of need a basic website for their startup or for their online shop. And we can just do it in WordPress, we get happy clients, and more importantly, these are websites that are being used by hundreds and thousands of users. So it's still usable in a professional setting. Like, don't discount it as a tool for the internet. So in conclusion, is WordPress the bastard stepchild of web development? In this developer's opinion, no it isn't. I am really glad that the main push in the industry in the last few years has been away from PHP and towards JavaScript. At least there's kind of been a consensus there on let's just focus all the community's efforts on one language and one way of doing things. That's really good. But I really still do think that WordPress has a place at the table. Its technology has a place at the table. And I think every good developer worth their salt should at least know how to get a WordPress website up and running. And of course, if you disagree with me on these comments, then please let me know. I'd love to find out what other people's opinions are on WordPress, if you're still using it, if that's the only thing you're using. Go ahead and leave me a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe. And thanks a lot for watching.